Second here while we start the tube. Say hi, tube.
What up, tube?
Hi,
What's
tube.
going on,
Hey,
tube?
Tube.
All right, and last but certainly not least, we want to make sure we get this watch party rocking and
All
rolling.
right, Justin, no nerves, ready?
Yep,
Yeah.
no nerves, nobody.
Who, me?
Hello.
Slides into the corner.
How does this work again?
Am I done?
Sorry, my
Open
mic's not
mouth
working.
and words come out.
Ah,
Not like that.
Do people get to see him too?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
At the intro.
Like, this
Oh,
guy
yeah,
over
people
here
are
is just
watching
a
me.
freak.
They don't keep him in the closet.
Yeah.
all right, here
It's
we
pretty
go.
crazy.
Oh yeah, wild. All
Since
right,
birth.
I'm really digging the forward head.
See?
Yeah.
the unshininess.
No, just like
Wait,
the
wait.
placement.
The
Well, it's because if I put it back, it's shiny.
but this is
Oh.
this
So if I
is
put it
this is
forward-
the Geordie LaForge right here.
Ah, Star Trek look.
No, didn't catch that reference.
No.
Come on, Justin. Come on,
I
man.
try. I'm
It's all
31.
good. All right, y'all ready to start the show?
Let's do it.
All right, let's rock it and roll it in 3, 2, and 1.
Welcome to another episode of
Business Bros.
That was the best one yet.
That was awesome.
I love it.
It's like we have
harmonious.
harmony, right?
It's like we've been practicing it all day.
It's
Right.
like our voice is going to be useful today.
All right, you know what? It absolutely is. Why don't you tell the listeners and viewers who we are?
Well, first of all, Hernan C. is here, host of the Business Bros podcast, along with my co-host.
The insurance bro, James C.S. with Pipeline Insurance. And man, we are excited for today's shows. And you know what? You should be too, because on today's show, you, the listener, have an opportunity to win what? An Echo Dot for free.
I feel like Oprah. You get a dot. You get a dot. You get a dot.
Everybody gets a dot.
Everybody gets a dot.
And these dots are brought to you courtesy of our friends over at GetLundy.io. Welcome to the show, Justin Lundy and Bree Ariano. Thank you both so much for joining us.
Hello.
Thanks for having us.
There you go. See?
Excited to be here.
There it is. There it is.
Whoa, it did it.
It worked.
The mouse.
The mouth. It worked. See? No nerves. No nerves. Let's be honest. It's kind of tough coming on a podcast if you've never done it before. But,
sure.
you know, once you do the Business Bros, that's it. Like, nerves are gone.
Wait, I
You're
missed
good
my
to go.
opportunity to do it again.
You know, Business Bros. See?
Ah, woo.
On cue. I'm just going to lift my hand up. Ready, guys? Ready, guys? Business Bros. There you go. See? It'll work every time. No more
Sorry,
nerves.
me and Justin are just like,
These guys
y'all
are crazy.
weird.
All right, ladies and
Yeah.
gents, before we tell you about the Echo Dots, 365 pairs of shoes is what we're shooting for. So if you have new shoes, used shoes, or you want to donate cash, hit James up 619-884-0045 or james at csfirst.com. He'll hop on his Harley right over there and pick them up. And if you're a mortgage professional, we want to be able to cut you a check. You're leaving money on the table if you don't partner up with us. So find out more information about adding insurance into your line of business so that you don't let money go out the door. Hit James up 619-884-0045 or james at csfirst.com. Woo, promos.
Bada bing,
Yeah.
bada boom. Was that it? That's the only one?
Killed
Yeah.
it.
For the time being.
For
All
the
right.
time being.
All right, all right.
Well, I want to know some origin stories, guys. Tell me a little bit about yourself and what's up with the Echo Dot. We'll roll into that.
All right. So my name is Bree Ariano. I have been in the real estate industry for about 10 years. Growing up, my mom and brother were in real estate. I hated it. My mom was always on the phone. I could never listen to music. And then
Naturally.
naturally, you
Right,
know,
yeah.
as like a middle school kid, all you wanted to do was like listen to your tunes, cruise around, and your mom just always on the phone. Now I'm that obnoxious woman who's always on the phone telling the kids in the back seat, shut up. Yeah. Shut up, I'm on the phone.
What kids?
Yeah, the hypotheticals.
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
hypotheticals.
Yeah.
Got it.
The ones that will be there eventually.
The pretend kids. Shut up
No,
right there.
I have a little brother and sister, so.
Well, I've mastered the look, so my kids knew that when Daddy was on the phone, like, and because I can't yell, I have the client on the line,
Yeah,
so it'd
yeah.
be like,
You just gotta like burn
Yeah.
into their soul.
and they know, like, all of a sudden they creep down.
Yeah.
I'm so quiet.
I'll get there eventually.
Eventually,
So.
eventually.
You're practicing.
Yeah,
on
right now.
Kids that don't exist.
Yeah, there you go. It's the
Cool.
best kind.
Yeah. But yeah, so got into real estate and then basically kind of like worked my way through the industry. I have been an assistant, a buyer's agent, a listing coordinator, office manager for multiple different teams and companies. And I feel like it's kind of like guided me to my success as I am now, just being able to take what I liked from them and leave what I didn't. And now here I am, you know, licensed for 5.5 years selling and just kind of making going in there and making my way. And I feel like it's been a good past couple of years. So.
Yeah, I saw you open up your stuff to get everything prepared, and I was like, oh, contracts. Yeah, she's active.
Oh, yeah. I was like sending out offers today, like rushing here, like, hold on, I'll call you back. I'm on a podcast. And then that brings me to Justin.
So what's up, Justin? GetLundy.io. It's not a 10, ladies and gents. It's an IO.
It's an
Lowercase
IO. Yeah, I've had my license for a few years now. When I got my license, I actually started with a really good North County agent, David Hagigi. He's up at Remax, and it was a long commute, but it was worth it. He taught me a lot about customer service and going above and beyond for your clients, and he gets a ton of repeat and referral business because of it. So that was a really good foundation, but the commute was killing me after a while. So
it's a good thing you're a realtor. You can start up pretty much anywhere.
Yeah, well, I like to work in the office. I've got a 2-year-old, so
got to escape a little bit.
if I'm at home, I'm like, you know how it is.
Dad duty.
I know exactly. What it is.
So then from there, I found a really good team that was closer to me. I'm sure you've heard of Mark Pattison. He's got the Porch Light team. Mm-hmm. It's an awesome team, just full of rock stars. He's got a really good way of training everybody to really convert buyer leads. So it was a huge buyer team, or it still is. And, I learned a ton there, and then shifted over to my current position at a team that does a ton of listings. So as I'm getting to see,
you got a little bit of both sides.
Yeah, I'm getting to see a lot of the other side of the transaction, and seeing both sides has kind of helped us kind of shape what we've built so far. And that's kind of
So you guys kind of ventured into a new project, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it was based on a need that you saw.
Yes.
Something that's really, really new. It's not even really taken off yet. It's still in its infancy.
That's right.
Yeah.
We
MVP.
So her and I were on the team together, and when she left, it was about the same time I did, to start doing her own thing.
He didn't like me in the beginning, though.
Who's this chick?
I know. Well, he was going into ketosis, and I would come in to like Porch Light. Like, it was a great team. Like, we all like would banter and like have team dinners and all of that. And I'd come in with like homemade cookies. I'd be like, "Oh, you want some cookies?" And be like, "Get away from me!" Like, going into ketosis, no carbs, and like a Snickers commercial.
And here she goes, like picking on you, right? Knowing you couldn't have brought cookies like before. You got to bring them now.
No,
stick them in my face.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah, that's messed up.
It's already hard enough grinding through calls, and now you got these delicious sugary carbs in front of me.
You can't eat them, but you can smell them.
I can. Yeah. As soon as she walked in, I saw the box. I was like, "Don't even talk to me." Like, come on.
Just like the mom look.
Yeah.
The mom look. You mastered it, huh? Get that out of here.
Yep.
Get it out of here. Yeah. Did you ever eat one? You snuck one in?
No, I don't think you've ever eaten any of my cookies. He makes really good, keto cookies? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I hear about good keto cookies. I don't think that stuff really exists.
No,
like, if you're going to be
do.
bad.
No, they suck.
See?
They're good. But I like them.
When you're 6 months in and haven't had sugar in a while, everything sweet starts to taste good. So
yeah, absolutely true.
They're great for me. But if you were to eat one, you'd be like,
this is not a cookie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nasty.
Well, the ultimate test. You bring it in the office and people are like, "Ooh, can I have one?"
Yeah.
If you don't get that,
then you know.
Then
yeah.
you know.
No, you don't get that.
I thought they were good.
Huh.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I love cookies. I'm like big sweet tooth.
Yeah.
I don't mind cookies every now and again with a tall glass of milk.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so we were on Porch Light with Mark Pattison, and then making some calls together, and then he left. I kind of went on my own, and then this relationship formed, and we were both kind of doing our own thing, and kind of realized there's so many faults in the market with, as a buyer's agent, you're going out, you're scheduling showings, you're driving around town, trying to time them perfectly. And then you get there and, okay, like, do I have all of the neighborhood information? Do I have all of the details? And then as a listing agent, you're calling, you're following up. And these agents who are seeing 10 homes in a day.
Well, it's the information age, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's almost like buyers. What do they almost need you for nowadays? They need you for representation. Once you're in contract, they need you to be there on their side, right?
Yeah.
But prior to that, they can get a lot of property information. They just don't really get the details, the nitty gritty. Like one of the advices I would give to somebody that was going to buy a house is like, go grab yourself some In-N-Out or something, go park your car in the neighborhood around 5-6 o'clock and sit there and see what happens. And you get a feel for the neighborhood that you're going to be in if you're there around the time the neighborhood people are there, right? But that takes an extra effort. Like,
oh yeah,
totally.
There's got to be a better way.
That's actually a better idea than I've heard. A lot of agents there isn't a way. So, and she was on her own and I'm in my current position, and we were just bouncing a lot of, I dealt with this today and she was dealing with something similar, and we had a bunch of listings and she had a few, and she was trying to get feedback from agents, and we're, trying to give good customer service to our homeowners by, providing data weekly, like this many people saw it, this is what they think. But like to get a hold of those agents, and by the time you did, they're like, I don't remember that one, I saw 10 that day. And you're like, if you didn't remember my property, how much time did you put into actually researching it to like properly represent it to your buyers? Did they get any of the information that they needed?
And we know it doesn't work that way.
No.
You as the listing agent have to be able to come in and provide a service where you sell the home. And you selling the home means you got to get that kind of information in front of as many buyers, because the buyer's agent probably won't do that job. They're going to walk in and be like, yeah, I don't like the wall color. They're not even going to say you can paint it. They're just be like, okay, well, I got another one.
Yeah,
I got
the next
I got the next house. Yeah, exactly.
Totally. And there's, in the buyer's agent's defense, a lot of them do a great job, and there's just so much data that you can't find.
Right.
Even if you had the time. Yeah, you can pull up the schools and have those ready for them, and whatever, but it's the stuff that you can't find on the internet that the homeowner knows, that really juicy, wonderful
stuff. The
stuff.
reason why you want to be in a neighborhood.
Yeah, like what makes a house a home.
Right,
Yes.
right.
Yeah.
That's what is not being conveyed, because the listing agents are busy and they're not at every showing. That's just the reality.
Yeah.
And the homeowner's not there either, because that's just a little awkward. And so buyers are going through these homes with an agent that's never been to that house. How's that agent supposed to know, what's going on in the neighborhood?
So you guys solve this problem. This is the problem that we solve. How do you bring that value? How do you tell the buyer, this is why this place is going to become your home? You're going to buy this house, but this is why it's going to be your home.
Well, and that's what we created this Alexa skill so that we can get that information from the homeowner, put it into this Alexa skill so that, you don't have Joe Schmo agent who comes in and is like, oh, you can't paint it, let's go to the next one. It's, okay, look, instead of just like 4 walls and 1,500 square feet and bedroom bath count, the neighbors boo each other for Halloween. They hold a annual block party. All the intangible information that buyers want nowadays, especially with all of the millennials. They could care less about like the home. They know that they can renovate. They know that they can change things. They want a lifestyle. They want to be able to come home and feel good about like what's going on in the neighborhood. What's the walkability? What's going on this weekend? What kind of festivals are there? And that's things you can't find online.
Well, tell me a little bit about what an Alexa skill is, because that technology is still in its infancy. Like most people have a Google Home, they have an Alexa, they have something that's voice activated. They just don't quite know how to use it. Like I know I have a Google Home and I'm like, hey Google, play my Spotify. That's the extent of what I use Google Home for, right?
Yeah.
But it has so many more applications, and we're just barely growing as an awareness in the public of what this technology can do. So what is an Alexa skill? What did you guys actually do with this thing?
So the skill, it's an app essentially. It's a voice app, so it's not like an app on your phone where you can see it or touch it or play with it.
That's all right. I know what you meant.
I was like, I'm gonna keep it cool.
But
yeah, he said it. He said it.
Awkward.
Anyways, they're simple to download. All you say is Alexa enable the showing co is actually what it's called right now. You say Alexa enable the showing co, and that's it. She's downloaded the app, and then from there we will
Let's do a demo.
Let's do a demo.
Right?
So we want to basically be able to show you guys. So if you're a real estate agent out there, if you're looking for a way to enhance the listing that you're going to come with your buyer. I mean, it's a unique selling proposition, right? It's a USP. You're coming in as a listing agent. How are you going to compete with the other listing agents that are fighting for this particular listing?
Yeah.
This is one beautiful thing that you can provide.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And not just that, like the way I think about it is like when you're talking to a seller, when you're sitting with a seller in a listing presentation, they want to tell you everything. They want to go into their deepest, darkest, greatest emotional things about this home. This is their home that they're selling.
Totally.
Right? And so now you have the ability to sit down at the listing presentation, not just go after the details of, square footage and all that stuff, but at the same time, truly listen to your seller and take that information and give it life.
Yep.
Right. And that's what this Alexa skill is really doing.
Yeah.
When we sat down and talked about this, to me, that's what it was. It was like now the seller, because the whole reason for having representation is that the seller and the buyer don't talk to each other.
Yep.
Right. But this kind of circumvents that in a way without the seller actually being there and answering questions on their behalf. You get to hear their story. You get to hear whatever's going on in their neighborhood and make that home come to life.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. And it is. It's not intended to replace an agent by any means. It's
an in-home representative at all times.
Yeah, that's right. It's the representative to pass on those neighborhood intangibles when nobody else is there.
It's like if those four walls could talk, well, guess what? Now the four walls can talk.
The good
right?
stuff,
The good stuff. Yeah. Well,
yeah, after hours.
Yeah, after hours is different. My owner did.
The pretty good stuff.
Yeah, the pretty good stuff.
Yeah. But yeah, so here, let me ask you.
You can move it with you.
Okay, there we go.
There you go.
There
See?
we go.
Skills.
Wow, it's like my first podcast. Okay, so what do you guys do here in like your neighborhood, like for the holidays, like Christmas, 4th of July, anything like that?
All right, so we'll say that for the 4th of July,
okay,
we do a neighborhood barbecue, and I cook up a brisket or a couple briskets. How about that?
BBQ, and we cook up a couple briskets.
Yeah, so basically I'm sharing a story, something that you can't find on Zillow, you can't find in MLS.
No.
This is something that
only
I would know because I live here, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So do your neighbors come over?
So we cook up brisket and have a 4th of July neighborhood party. How about we do that?
Hey, really awesome. Quickly, while this is getting set up, there's another tool out there that is really, really easy to use that helps you do something kind of similar, I would say, where you get to get an idea of, help me out here.
Yeah.
I'm failing.
So, no worries. We just want to simplify things, right? We're always looking for the simple solution.
There you go.
When you're out there looking for solar, by the way, wouldn't it be easier rather than sit in front of a bunch of presentations? I don't want to sit there for 2 hours, listen to somebody try to pitch me solar, get a quote, and then do that again to find another quote. So if you want to get solar, just go to dronequote.net, and then all we got to do is have them come over. They're going to get a drone. It's going to take pictures of your roof. It's going to send all the measurements out. They're going to send it out to roofers. They're going to send it out to solar companies, and then they're going to come back with a bunch of different quotes. And since you already are interested in getting solar, why do you have to sit down and talk with a bunch of sales rep? Wouldn't it be better if you just had a bunch of quotes in front of you? You go ahead and pick the best one. That's what dronequotes.net does for you. So if you have any solar needs, you're thinking about it, you don't want to be sold by a salesman, you want to buy solar, do it the right way. Go to dronequotes.net/business bros and get your solar done today.
All right.
Cool. We ready?
That sounds awesome.
Dude, you rocked it.
Thank you. I got your back. There you go.
Appreciate you.
All right, I'll turn this off. So it's funny because now that, I'll turn it off for a second. We've been building this thing for quite some time now, and every time we're on the phone with each other, we say Alexa's name clearly because that's what we built. Mm-hmm. And then both of us are on the phone, and she's like, "How can I help you?"
On both ends.
On both ends.
Yeah. So you have your Alexa at home, your Alexa at home, trying to talk to you.
multiple rooms, and I'm like, "Alexa, shut up!"
Everybody, shut up.
Mom Blair.
Yeah, doesn't work.
So we get to talk to Alexa.
All right.
All right. Here we go. So
Can people see the?
So I'm not gonna say her name. I'm gonna let you say her name, right?
Okay.
But I'm assuming what's gonna happen now is you have this thing sitting at a listing, right? So anytime a buyer's agent, this display, right? So anytime a buyer's agent comes over with their client, this is displayed in the home, like on the kitchen countertop or whatever. Mm-hmm. And we have a sign that says, ask her. I don't want to say it yet, right?
Yeah.
Ask her something, right?
Yep.
Well, and we're thinking too, like what listing agents, what we want them to do is put it in the confidential remarks so that people know, you know, talk to Alexa when you're.
Or if you have to text to confirm an appointment, you can. Listing agents let them know, hey, be sure to talk to the Alexa while you're there.
And that's awesome because now it's like you're there
Yes.
Yeah.
with the buyers, right? You're essentially helping the buyer's agent get this home sold, right? You're helping your seller express an idea that they want to sell, that they want to share. So it's perfect.
Yeah.
All right. So we're assuming that this agent walks in the door, and we're
You want to move it?
oh yeah.
Just
So
hold on to it.
Oh,
so
got it,
we
got
can
it.
get a better picture of
I
it.
see. Got it.
All right. So then what happens?
So this display will be on the island next to this, and the display itself walks you through it, but
Yeah, and then just
you
to
have
show
to
you,
launch
like,
the app.
You literally just told me this information. I put it in, and now it's live. So just so the listeners know how user friendly this is. Like, you don't have to be like, this is made for realtors by realtors. We're not like developers. We're not like at home coding. He is a little bit, but
He does a little bit.
I'm not.
Mr.
Yeah.
IO over here, right?
Mr. Get Lundy.
Get Lundy IO.
Mr. Tim.
Yeah. But yeah, we're not developers. We're not coders. Like, we made this for realtors because we saw a problem. And so this is how easy it is. Like, you literally just told me you cook brisket, and I typed it in and refreshed it, and now it's good to go.
All right. So now we can just ask her.
Yeah.
So you have to launch
her-
the skill,
Okay.
and then she needs to download your property ID, which we'll talk about later how you'll get that information when you do sign up. So your property ID is 1031. So when she asks, you tell her that, and then she'll load your house.
Okay. So what do I got to say?
It's Alexa, launch property details.
There she goes.
Oh, hey, I didn't see you there. Give me a second to put on some pants. Please say your 4-digit property ID now to get started.
1031.
Okay, great. I loaded property ID 1031. I'm ready to answer questions for 123 Main Street. If that's the wrong property, please contact support at 858-779-4392.
All right. So then now I can just speak it, right?
Yeah, just ask that
You gotta
question.
go fast.
Are there?
Oh.
There
Sorry.
was a problem with the requested skills response.
She has 15 seconds after you launch her to ask as many questions as you want that are on here.
Okay.
But if she times out, then you got to start over.
Okay. So I got to say.
So just
I'll
say, Alexa.
Alexa, launch property details.
Oh, hey, I didn't see you there. Give me a second to put on some pants. I'm ready to answer questions about 123 Main Street. Can we please forget about the pants situation?
Sorry, Alexa, it's live.
Are there any holiday events?
For the 4th of July, we do a neighborhood barbecue and we cook up a couple briskets for all of the neighbors to share for a neighborhood block party. Anything else you'd like to ask?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's
and
it.
you can program multiple things for her to say, right?
Yeah, neighborhood information. Let me just turn her off because she's going to keep
Yeah, she's gonna keep talking to us.
keep
if I,
blabbing.
now I can
Yeah.
say her name
Now
again.
you can say,
Yeah.
Alexa, Alexa. Yeah, so basically anything like holiday events, community events, like all of the tangible information that buyers want to know that they don't have access to. I mean, there's like a couple sites you can go like, oh, what's like the happy hours and things like that. But you're not going to know if there's like progressive dinner parties or if the neighbors, I mean, you have kids. Like,
Yeah.
do you guys boo each other for Halloween?
Well, speaking of kids, I think this is like awesome. Like my kids love playing with Google Home. Like if you have this set up easy enough for a kid to do, which it is,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
They're gonna be like, huh, what does this say? And they're just gonna read it.
Yep.
To start, say, Alexa, launch property details. Alexa's gonna talk to them. Now the kids are occupied. Mom and dad could be walking around the property.
Totally.
They can be asking Alexa all kinds of stuff. Alexa says she's gonna pull her pants up.
Well, and two, they're going to know.
That's a memorable moment too. That's something that helps the buyer
Exactly.
to remember that home.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Like
Totally.
having the kids in on it. Like, and I mean, as a listing agent, I will do this both listing and buyers. Like when the kids are running around, they come downstairs. They're like, Mommy, I found my room. I'm like, sold. We're writing an offer. Like once the kids are in, the parents are just
They follow along.
100%.
Yeah, they wanna make the kids
And
happy.
if the kids know that the neighbors boo each other, or there's block parties, or the kids are hanging out in the street, that's something that the kids are going to remember. And obviously the parents, it's going to be a huge selling point.
Yeah.
If your buyers are on the fence, so, about this house or similar house, 6 miles across town, and they know all this stuff about this community and they don't know anything about that other one, it could tip them in this direction.
Well, it's always about the experience that you have with a service provider, right? I've been with Verizon forever because I've had great experiences with them, right? Same thing when you go to a restaurant. You tend to go to the same type of restaurant, the same happy hour bar because you've had an experience there. That's going to be awesome as a unique selling proposition, as just like James said, like remembering this home.
Yeah.
Like at the end of the day, you went to go out, watch or go look at 6, 7, 9, 10 homes. Which one do you remember?
The one with
The one that
Alexa.
spoke to you.
Yeah.
Right? That's what you're always looking for
Literally.
anyways. Yeah, you're always looking for that home. When you walk in, it speaks to me. This is my home. This one literally speaks to you.
Yeah.
Actually talk to you.
It'll actually talk to you.
We're going to bring you on as our marketing expert. I like that. I like that tagline.
So yeah, and it is great, and we hope it brings a lot of value to these buyers agents. It'll be less research in the front end that they have to do,
Because they know that there's an Alexa there.
Yeah, one day when it's everywhere. And it can have the schools, it can have the ratings, it can have upgrades, it can have anything that's unique to that house, or maybe just we find that a lot of buyers are asking.
And we can see that too. So like as a listing agent, when you get this, we can say, hey, most people have asked about the neighborhood, or most people asked about the upgrades. So then they can report that back to their seller, because if they have a listing and it's not selling for some reason, okay, what are people more intrigued about? And kind of what you were saying is, as a listing agent, being able to go into a listing appointment when there's been 3 other agents before you, and then you bust out this customized Alexa skill, people are gonna lose their shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
The homeowner's reaction the first pilot we put this in, he was telling me about Halloween and the neighbor busting out the cake every year, and the adults getting smashed while the kids go play, do their Halloween thing. And he was like, so I can put that in there. And I was like, yeah, give me some more. What else you got? And he just started unloading it. We loaded it up. I gave him the display, let him go to town. And the first question, he was just like, holy shit, this is rad. And then his wife came in, then his kids came in, their neighbors came over. Like, it was a thing.
It was a party.
You got the listing, huh?
This homeowner was ecstatic.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because you're listening to them.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. And all they want to do is sit there and tell you about how great their house is. And with like the remarks, the amount of characters you get on a listing, I mean, any agent knows it's like, see supplemental.
Yeah.
And then,
And nobody looks at that.
Nobody wants to go to the bottom.
So
No.
it's just like, talk to Alexa. And she has all of the information. The homeowner's stoked. They get to tell any buyer that comes in all of this great and tangible neighborhood information. Like,
and if they have a communication issue, that's okay. Alexa will talk for you.
yeah.
I don't know what to say to my buyer.
Yeah, right?
Awkward.
Totally.
Yeah.
Or those agents that get paid, we won't mention the company, but they get paid $20
To go open the door.
to go open the door. Now the buyers can go in and actually get some value out of that.
That's awesome. I want to know how I get a free Echo Dot.
So
Well.
funny you should ask.
We're basically, right now we're in MVP stage. So we're getting ready to launch. So the first 20 agents who go to getlundy.io are going to receive one of these like little gift baskets. It comes with a free Echo Dot. You get all of like unlimited listings for any of your listings, a customized display, and then also all of like the sell sheet basically, so that you can provide to your homeowner. So when you go into the listing presentation, you have the sell sheet, you have the Alexa, and you just walk in there and contract sign, you're good to go.
You're done.
Done.
They're going to be like, I want that.
You're like, so here's my marketing, but let's just put all this aside. Here's my Alexa and sign here.
Yep. I like that.
Yeah. So getlundy.io, it's just an interest list that we're building. So it's a landing page. You put your email address in. First 20 to put their email address in gets this whole kit for free. And then from there, we'll be sending you instructions on how to actually use it. And yeah.
And it's that easy. Like you guys saw, I was sat here with my computer. He told me about the brisket.
You type it in.
I typed it in, and then you give it the 4-digit code. And each property has its own 4-digit code. So 1031 was yours, the next one 1032. We build the custom codes for each one, and it has all of that property information.
That's so awesome.
And it's
so simple.
live instantly.
Yeah. I'm telling you, that's going to be a game changer for anybody. It's going to be one of those things where you're just going to expect that at every home.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
if you don't have that, like what's your problem?
Game changer.
That's the dream, right? If buyers are so used to walking straight to the island and finding out about the neighborhood, and you're the one agent that doesn't have this thing sitting
Now
there,
you're the weird one.
you're like, oh,
Right?
jeez.
I mean, it came to a point where if property wasn't on Zillow or Redfin or whatever, then what are you doing? Like, how's everybody gonna find it? Well, it's gonna be the same type of thing. I mean, voice is where things are going.
Yeah. Right.
Voice is where everything's gonna be at, because I heard it on, I don't know who it was. Maybe it was Gary. I'm a big Gary V listener, anyways.
Yeah.
And he was talking about how, like, when I'm on my way home and I'm like, oh shit, honey, I'm gonna be late. Like, the first thing we do is pull out the phone and we start typing away. But that's too slow.
Yeah.
Right? That's way too slow for us. And we're going to get to the point where everything we do is voice activated.
Oh, yeah. I use this Apple Watch for everything. I'm just like, oh, la da da. Like, I don't even want to bring my phone out of my purse. I just want this thing to text someone else.
I have a thought. I just hit the little record thing and it transcribes for me. Like, voice is where we're going. So we're going to walk into a home and expect this thing. You guys are just first to market.
Yeah.
And it makes a big difference to be first to market. It's huge. It's huge.
Yeah.
Like, everybody who's listening right now is thinking, oh shit, I got to do that.
Yep.
Like,
For sure.
I got to get on that.
Yeah.
If I don't get on that, like,
We'll get
I'm
on
gonna fall
now 'cause the
behind.
first
I'm gonna fall
20
behind.
First 20.
so yeah,
Get on it
first
right
20
now.
of you guys
Get a
who
free Echo Dot.
get Lundy.io.
GetLundy.io.
.io.
You know what they call that? Disruptive technology.
It is disruptive.
It is. You know what else is disruptive? Tell us about it.
DroneQuotes.net.
Gotta throw it in there.
I'm like, where is he going with
Where is
this?
he going with this? You know what? Calling all homeowners and real estate pros. You and your agents know that buying electricity from local utility companies is expensive and solar is way more affordable. You've undoubtedly been approached by a number of solar roof companies. Maybe you've sat through their 2-hour sales pitch, or maybe you haven't got quotes because you don't want to sit through those sales pitches. Well, we have some disruptive technology for you. Forget about the old way of doing things. DroneQuote.net is veteran owned and operated. Started by 2 solar professionals that wanted to put the homeowner first. DroneQuote.net is your personal shopper for solar and roofing. DroneQuote gives you multiple quotes online from multiple companies without the pushy salesperson in your face and without multiple contractors walking around your rooftop. DroneQuote.net gives you and your clients excellent pricing and online review information from Google, Yelp, and the State Contractors Board. And as a bonus, they also do before and after drone surveys. That way you can see the exact condition of your roof without having to climb up yourself. Like I said, disruptive technology. No one else is doing this. It is out of this world. So, realtors, if your homeowner asks you about solar, make sure you save them time, money, and hassle. Send them over to DroneQuote.net/businessbros and make sure they use the best solar comparison tool on the market today. That's DroneQuote.net/businessbros.
You know, it's funny when he's talking about that, it kind of reminds me, solar is one of those questions that prospective buyers are going to want to know about. And when you're talking about the seller sheet, that's going to sit right here in front of Alexa, and those are questions that they can ask. The agent might not be knowledgeable enough about that particular house, but you've already programmed those things in there. So if they have questions about their solar, maybe it's existing and they want to know about the lease, does it roll over? Like, these are all skills that you can program into Alexa to answer right on behalf of you guys, the listing agent.
Yeah, I mean, the possibilities are endless with this thing. Like, we already have the skill developed. So any questions, we just program it in there, and then it just shoots out to them. And these displays are customized.
And if you find one that we don't have yet, let us know and we'll build it. It's
easy to do.
Yeah. We'll hire the developer.
the back end, the back end's not easy to do, but once we get it in there, it's easy to go.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
because what can I say? She's got me fumbling for words too. No, so I want you guys to look in the cameras real quick, and I want to tell them one more time. Let's see, which camera should I put them at?
Bree, if you're gonna go first,
Then you're gonna be right here.
right there.
Right here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tell them how to get a hold of you, and tell them one more time how can they get a free Echo Dot?
So first 20 realtors who sign up, get Lundy.io. Put your email on the interest list, and we will send you one of these great gift boxes. We'll even come to your office and help you program it so that there's no error, and then take it to your next listing appointment. Let us know how it goes. I mean, obviously it's going to be positive results, but yeah, get Lundy.io.
Awesome. All right, we're gonna jump into because I don't think you want to repeat the same thing, right? She
should
got
I
it.
say-
She
say
nailed
the-
it.
It would
Say the same
literally
thing.
be the same.
Right? She nailed it. She
Yeah.
nailed
We
it.
could do a poll, who did it better.
Right? He's like, nah. He's
No.
like, I don't do good in front of a camera.
Is there cameras in here?
Right? Wait, somebody's looking at me?
Oh god.
All right, let's move into the Ask the Bros section. So feel free to ask us anything you like, business or
did you think of
personal.
anything?
Did anything click?
I'm still going back to
I'll start.
the pre-question. The inappropriate one. I had a glass of Prosecco before, so...
So we loosened it up. Like,
Yeah.
it's all right.
Yeah, I was like, all right, it'll be on film. You go, and then I'll think of something.
Okay, let's see. So you're the older brother.
I'm the older brother.
So as the younger brother, do you guys have other brothers?
Had
Oh,
passed away last month.
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
Wow.
I know. Sorry, I know.
Yeah. That's okay.
Anyway.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. You're good.
Moving on.
As
Moving
the
on.
younger brother, was your older brother kind of a dick growing up?
No, actually, funny enough, I was.
Ah.
Yeah, I was really the one that was the pain in the ass and really a jerk to both of my brothers. But when it comes to the older one, well, me and the younger one, we used to fight. Like, we had, like, major battles. Like, really, like, going at it, physically fighting. But I learned really quickly with the older brother, one time I punched him in the face and he punched me back. I spun, did a 360 back into the fridge, and I never punched him again.
So poor little brother got it.
So he was...
Little brother was the one that got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
That was like me. Like, you guys had Ryan on here. Like, he was always like, can you smell what the Rock is cooking?
Dude, I was a big time Rock fan, dude.
Yeah. And like, I was like 6 years old, but now I'm like, oh wow, maybe I am like strong and independent because I used to be like the WWE like
Yes.
chokehold.
Well, okay, so two things.
Wait, did you
two
backyard
things.
wrestling?
Pardon?
Did you do some backyard wrestling with him?
Not by choice. It was like, I'm like drowning in the pool. My mom's like, they're having so much fun.
Look at him. Look at him bonding.
He literally was the one who would jump off the roof through tables. Like we
Oh,
did like a
God.
whole
That's what you
Yeah.
mean by backyard wrestling.
Yeah.
like total backyard wrestling. We'll put it this way. So there's the fantasy football championship belt.
Okay.
Right? Go ahead, grab that, Justin, so she can feel it. That way she can feel what a real champion feels like.
Oh, by the way, I'm the defending champion this year. Yeah. Real champion right here.
So now you can throw that over the shoulder, and you can look at the camera and tell Ryan, "Look, Ryan, what's up, boy?"
I am the new defending
If
champ.
you smell what the Rock was.
Rock is cooking.
No, I like the Rock so much that was my gamer tag for a long time.
The Rock?
No,
Great one.
So my Twitter, so I have a Twitter that's
Am I supposed to,
at
like,
Business
keep
Bros
this?
Pod, right? Yeah, you can. You're a champ. You can go ahead and hold it.
I didn't hear you. What was that?
You are a champ.
It doesn't matter if you're a
I should have went with that. Dang. Slow.
I got you.
So way back when Twitter, this thing called Twitter came out, and I don't know, I read some article that said you should be on that social media feed, right? So I signed up, and my personal one is Great One, like just the word, no like letters or nothing, because it was so new. I think it was like May 2008 or something when I got it.
Yeah.
And since I had it, I didn't really
Like
use
a
it very
cease and
much.
desist or something?
No, but I'd have like people like, "Hey, Rock, hey, what's up, man?" Like the whole time. It was crazy, but that's where it came from.
Oh, I thought he would have like come after you and been like, "Oh no, this is actually mine."
Nah, he's got like Dwayne the Rock Johnson or something like that. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
original.
He wanted to use his actual name.
Yeah.
He intended him becoming this like big superstar
Well, yeah,
actor.
he was like in the Tooth Fairy at that point. He's like,
Yeah.
I'm not The Rock anymore. I'm Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh, you're a cool guy. No,
Yeah.
he's amazing.
No,
I
I
like
love
that guy.
him. Like my childhood.
Right?
Yeah.
Eyebrow.
Yeah.
So what's your question?
Oh,
yeah.
shit. So we got some
Not to
sidetracked.
bring us back on track.
Right.
Yeah, I thought I got out of it.
We went all wrestling.
I know, right? Where do you guys see this thing going? Like, what's your end game?
Podcast?
Yeah, like just podcast. You guys, I know you do video now.
Yeah. So honestly, I feel I want to get to a more of a Gary Vee status.
Okay.
So I mean, right now I do teaching in the morning, so I get to stand up in front of kids and kind of mold their minds. I teach a course called Financial Algebra, so I get to teach them stuff
How
like
old are these kids?
they're seniors, so they're about to enter the real world.
The stuff that like we all should be learning in high school. That's amazing.
Like right now, they're building businesses. So we got a 13-week program with the Junior Achievement Company. They're out in Mission Valley. They have all kinds of like. Hey, did you ever do BizTown as a kid?
Mm-mm.
No. So it didn't exist for me either. So don't worry.
Yeah.
But the kids go out and they
That old.
right. that's why I was asking. You're the young one here.
Yeah.
But it's like this 13-week program, and they get to build a business and use real money, real bank accounts. They go from conception to implementation to dissolution, but they get the whole cycle of a business, right? And so I get to influence them there, and I want to keep doing that with the podcast. I want to get to the point where we have this full media company, and it's like feeding more of that for me personally, but at the same time building relationships so that we build the insurance company.
Wow.
So that's the ultimate goal.
That's awesome.
Wow.
I'd love to get involved in that.
Heck yeah.
Well, like, I don't know, help the kids,
Totally.
give back.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I would love for you guys to come and talk to them about this sort of stuff, because this is an idea that you had, and you couldn't just, I have an idea, next day go to market. Like, this has been a progress.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's a long haul for you guys to finally get this thing rolling and launched. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
when we talked, it was months ago,
Yeah.
and it was still like in development.
Yeah.
So
it was in stealth mode then.
Yeah. We were like, hey, we have this idea, but we don't want anyone to know.
Right?
And then we realized, like, oh, it's actually not, like, this took forever to build. It's not just like a boop, bop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But that patience is something that I want to make sure that they know. At 17, you have no patience.
Yeah.
You're like, now.
Yeah.
Like,
Especially with technology, you're just like,
yeah.
everything's right there.
Well, and here's one thing I learned about them is just because they have a phone on their hand doesn't mean they're technologically savvy. Right? They might know how to apply a filter. They might spend a lot of time watching YouTube and a lot of time on Instagram or whatever, but doesn't mean they know how to do stuff. If I tell them, like, I want you to take that video, upload it to Google Drive, and then send me a share link, they're like, huh? Right? Like,
Yeah.
just because we see them on these things doesn't mean they know these things. And so, that's one of those misconceptions that I see with them. But
Yeah.
for you guys to come and say, look, I didn't know how to write an Alexa skill, but I had an idea,
Yeah.
and I found a way to do it. And look, it took me this long. How much? Like a year?
Yeah. A
Yeah.
little over a year.
A little over a year. But now we're here. Like, that'd be awesome. Like, they can hopefully they can see that there's nothing's going to be instant. It takes work. Everything is a grind, but there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Like,
Yeah.
you have freedom and flexibility. You have value that you can bring to the market, and to see other people doing it, that's amazing.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
it.
That'd be
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
We should go do that.
Down.
Plus, they're high school seniors. Like, they're cool kids. They're like almost adults, but they're still kids.
Yeah. You're like,
It's a good
I'm
age.
just gonna mold your mind a little bit more.
Just a little bit more.
Yeah.
I always like watching them. Like, it clicks. Like,
Light
more
bulb.
light bulb. But like, I get light bulbs when 1 + 1 is 2. Oh, okay, that's one light bulb. But the other one is like, this is something that's gonna change your life. What? Like, it clicks, and all of a sudden they're like, they see the world differently.
Yeah.
That's my favorite light bulb to go off.
I love it.
That's why
Sick.
we do what we do, because every once in a while, like, we're sitting here, we're talking, and I share, like, something comes out of my mouth the way I see it differently, and you guys are like, that's a great idea. Like, that's what I love.
Totally.
Yeah.
That's the best part of meeting new people and hearing their stories.
Yeah.
And you guys got a great story.
Thank you.
I can't wait to find out how this thing pans out. It's got a next time, and I like to pop by open houses every once in a while. Like, when I see a sign that I
Totally.
recognize, I'm like,
Yeah.
hey, and I gotta go do an Instagram, walk in and be like, oh, there's an Alexa on the table, sick.
I can't wait for that day.
Yeah.
Because
Make sure you tag us.
I will. I definitely will.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a good one.
Yeah. We're excited too. So, well, thank you for having us.
Of
This has
course.
Been, like,
This has been a
absolutely
fun
amazing.
one.
Yeah.
This has been a fun one. And ladies and gentlemen, I want to remind you guys, if you go to getlundy.io, not 10, getlundy.io, fill out the little email thing, and your first 20 people are going to get a free Echo Dot. Maybe I can push them a little further than 20. We'll see. But just get on there, get your free Echo Dot. It's your unique selling proposition. Just use it. It's a tool, and it's free for you. So get it on. Let's get
Unlimited
going.
Listings.
Unlimited listings. Get it before everybody starts charging a grip of money. You can do it right now for free. Right now for free. All right. Real quick, 365 pairs of shoes by the end of the year. That's the goal. So if you got new shoes, used shoes, or you want to donate cash, hit James up, 619-884-0045, or james@csfirst.com. And mortgage professionals, we want to cut you a check. We're in the insurance business, and we want to make sure that you're not leaving money on the table. That money's walking out the door. Just you get that one commission check. How would you like a residual check? Let me help you do that. 619-884-0045, or james@csfirst.com. Hit us up. find out how. And then, of course, thank you to our sponsor, DroneQuotes.net. If you guys have any solar questions, when you think solar, you should be thinking DroneQuotes.net. They made it super simple for you to get solar in your home. It's a drone picture. Shop it out. You choose the quote that best fits. That's all we got for you guys today. Peace. Bye-bye. And we're out. Business Bros.
Business Bros. I thought we were going to like end like that.
You can.
Are we out?
Yeah, I think so, but we're still on Facebook.
We're still on Facebook Live.
Oh.
Oh,
Ready? 1, 2,
jeez.
3.
Business Bros.
Bye, Facebook. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
And we're done.
Oh my God, I'm so hot.